Hello YouTubers, you stumbled across this video. It's not really an overview of the car in depth, going over every nut and bolt. This is to accompany my ad on eBay selling this 2012 Dodge Challenger Yellow Jacket. It's SRT-8. I am using a windsock, but it's still a little gusty, so there might be a little wind noise. And excuse my monotone voice, might put you to sleep. Just going to do a quick walk around on the car. You can get an overall sense that there's no body damage or anything, and then we'll come back and go over any little nicks and stuff. The car has just shy of 28,000 miles. I think it's 27,9 something. I bought it at about 8,800 on the second owner. It's pretty much babied all the time, so abused or anything, or raced on the streets and stuff. You'll be able to tell that by looking at the tires. Now we'll try to get in on some of the imperfections. There's a little bit of a dot there. Go around up to here. There's another little imperfection there. Just making way to the back side. There's a little nick on the back. Again, you might think this is nitpicking, but if I were to buy a car on eBay, I'd want to know any little imperfections, since the camera didn't show those from far away. I'm kind of zoom in on the bumper, because that's usually where you see a lot of road rash from rocks and stuff. It's almost perfect. There's one little thing there, and a tiny point on the front. Again, it's a 2012 with almost 28,000 miles. I think that's acceptable. On the roof, there's a slight little ding in there. Might have been hail damage. It's just one. Again, I can't, it's gonna take a minute to find it. I'm gonna go around to the other side, see if I can find it. I'm sure one of those professionals that do the paintless dent remover can take care of that for probably under $100. Oh, there it is. If you can see it. I'm just waving the camera around it. So there is that. That's pretty much it. The tires have been plasti dipped. There's some like chrome accents on it. I still have the chrome lug nuts, the chrome center caps. As you know, the plasti dip can just be peeled off. The tires have maybe 8,000 miles on it. They're Michelin Pilot Sport AS3 Plus. See if we can get in on the tread. Here's also another spot where a lot of cars have chips and stuff from gravel and so forth. You'll see they're in really good condition. It does have the Corsa Extreme exhaust catback. Got a custom license plate frame there. You'll notice none of the plastic is faded or cracked. Let's go to the trim. Again, really good condition. Even at the windshield, where you see a lot of fading, cracking. Don't know how much of the sun glare is doing it. I just want to go to the other side as well, in case the sun's objecting to that. We'll go and look inside the car. Has the Hurst pistol grip shifter. That's aftermarket. You'll see a real carbon fiber overlay on the console. Has navigation, CD, AM, FM, all that stuff. Let's see if we can turn that on. It might be flickering, of course, because of the video. There's some nice aftermarket door sill. I guess they're called kick plates with the yellow lettering. 6-way power seats with lumbar support. You notice even the seat bolster is in really good condition. We'll turn off that annoying beep. And we'll make our way around to the passenger side. Even the little buttons are not faded or cracked from sun. I always take care of the car, keep it in the best shape I can. And we'll check out the back seat. Obviously there's a little dressing on the leather, so it's a little shinier than normal. That'll fade to a more satin finish. Yeah, the seats are in really good condition. And like all SRT-8s, there is a button there for sport, track, eco, all that stuff. You got heated seats for both sides. The passenger seat is manual, but it is heated. Also a heated steering wheel. This little button here, that'll take off some of the nannies, about I think 20 or 40% of the anti-skid stuff. And if you hold it for 10 seconds, it'll totally remove all that in case you want to do burnouts or something. Your console armrest, good shape. Does slide forward and back, that you can adjust it to your arm length. There's your door sill. Notice everything's clean on the car. Going on the spoiler. Sometimes people hit stuff with that and crack them or whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and check out the trunk next. While we're at it, we'll look at some of the stickers. They're all there. And while we're at it, might as well show you the serial number, that it's also there. Go ahead and pop the trunk, and while we're here, go ahead and get the hood. It's a 60/40 seating, so they do fold down. You can get quite a bit of stuff in here. Nice and clean. Even the plastic back here. No fading, cracking. No rust for the water channels. And underneath here, for an unfamiliar, there would normally be a spare tire, but you can opt for this Harman Kardon system. I think it's 18 speakers or some crazy number like that. Dual woofers. So you don't get a spare tire, you get this nice little gimmick, and there's a pump. It's not the original to the car, but it is a high quality aftermarket unit. Battery's maybe a year old. even under. Trunk lids in really good condition, always kept clean. And here's your manual button for the trunk. Again, I'm trying to do this all in one take, so pardon if the camera shakes or wobbles. And trying to fumble with the latch with one hand. There we go. 392 Hemi, 6.4 liter. You'll see the R2C cold air intake. Went with this one because it had the most straight through design, and they actually have dyno charts of horsepower increases, not just brochure wish list of numbers that nobody ever achieves. And you see it's all very clean under here. All stickers accounted for. Plastic's not faded, cracked. Even the underside of the hood is clean. I try to frequent some of the cars and coffee shows and some other stuff. Take the car there to show off, so I continuously detail it. And we're gonna not shut it completely. Well, I guess I have to, because we're gonna go ahead and start the car. And sometimes you don't like to start with the hood open. I think it's like an anti-theft deterrent. You might hear some guys sawing tile in the background. Sorry about that. My neighbor might even pop out and take his cans up. There's your key fob. There's your trunk. And here's your remote start. The car's not normally that loud, just obviously on a cold start. Putting quite a bit of fuel in there, so I heard that little pop. Since we did the remote start, we'll need to get in and actually push the button on it. That way it doesn't accidentally turn off for anti-theft. That way we can open the hood and stuff. I'll go ahead and set the mic down. Give a couple of pedal pushes, and not so much to hopefully anger my neighbors too much. I didn't want to gut it because there's people home right now. Go ahead and pop the hood again. That way you can hear the engine. You might hear fuel injectors, clicking, but there's not going to be any abnormal noises. I'm going to go ahead and get in the car, shut the door, let you know it's pretty quiet inside. And just give it a couple little blips. So again, it's pretty quiet inside. That's one reason I went with the Corsa series. I wanted to be aggressive when it's outside the car and you stomp on it. But once you're cruising, it's really, really quiet. It does have the paddle shifters. You can also move the shifter left and right. Same concept as the paddle shifters, and if you hold it in one position for a few seconds, it shuts that feature off. And turn off the car. I'm going to finish this video showing you what a car nut I am. Sorry about the finger in the lens there. All the crazy organization you see here is also what goes into all the cars that I've worked on over the years. It's a 2012 Corvette that you're spying there. This is what I came in to show you. I have all the receipts, booklets, clear title. Not that there's been any repairs, it's mostly just mods that I've added. So you'll get all that with the purchase of the car. And I do have all the parts as mentioned in the ad. There's like the cold air intake. Everything else has been bagged and ready to go with the car. And then we'll just go one more time over the top of the car. Trying to show all the larger body panels. Well, I appreciate you bearing through with this video. And sorry about the monotone voice I have. Hopefully it didn't put you to sleep.